welcome back to my channel. So today what we're going to do is we're going to be making not necessarily a homemade wreath, but we are going to create our own look. So Jonathan's going to be helping me today, or my fiance, as you guys have heard me talk about him. He's going to be helping me, so you're going to see, gosh darn it. You guys are going to be seeing two sets of hands, you know, obviously you'll be seeing mine, and then you'll see a more manly pair. So last week you guys saw me make homemade ornaments with salt dough. Again, that was inspired by Chevy Sea Stars, and again I'll link her page down below. And so this kind of was inspired by what she did. She did her own little take on Christmas decor with Christmas trees about a week or two back. So we're going to do our take on a Christmas wreath. We had been looking at Target and Walmart and Michael's, and we just couldn't find a wreath that fit not only our personalities as people, but also the personality of our home. So we decided to say, F it, we're going to make our own wreath and make it how we want to. So that's what we're going to do today. All of this stuff that I'm about to show you has come from Michael's, but I'm sure a lot of this stuff can be found at the dollar store. So we have some ribbon that we're going to make a bow out of, and it's this pretty blue, sparkly blue and silver on white ribbon that we got again at Michael's. We have these white flowers, white flowers. We also got some, they almost look rose gold to me, but they're a gold to rose gold flower, again at Michael's. And we got these little ball ornaments. A few of them are ornaments, like these bigger ones in here, and then like the silver one right here is an ornament, and then the little ones, the silver and white ones, a couple of the blue ones are just little balls. We also got some lights, again from Michael's, and they are bells, and they actually jingling like little bells. And all of these, most of these, except for the ribbon, are by Ashland. And then we have our wreath. It's not very big. We don't need something that's going to be huge. We're not even going to be putting it on our front door, because our front door is a sliding glass door, strangely. This is also found at Michael's, made by Ashland. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. Also, a little thing that we had done was we had found this ornament. It's a big ornament at Michael's, and we had seen a post about a woman who had put her baby's very first hat and their little ankle bracelet that they had in the hospital in there. So I went ahead and did that with our son's stuff from when he was born a few months ago. Mind you, this stuff does move around in there, so if you really want it to stay in one place, I suggest gluing the bracelet to the hat. I dropped something. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. And it's got dog hair on it. And if you guys see a disaster back there, I apologize. Tomorrow is actually cleaning day. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow after I post the video. So I'm gonna put this back in here because it comes off, and I used a pencil to get the hat in there a little bit easier. So you guys are getting a twofer today for crafts. And with the nails that I have, it's not quite as easy to get it back in there. So you guys see the little hat, and then you see his little ankle bracelet. So now all we have to do is, when we put our tree up, make sure that the ankle bracelet is going to be pointing out so we can see it as well. So there's that. So now we are going to get into making the wreath. So this basket, you guys, back here is actually full of stuff that we are going to end up making other crafts with, and Jonathan will be pinstriping. So that's what that is. So with the decorations on the ornaments, you got, or the decorations on your wreath, you really can do anything that you want. This is just stuff that we thought would go with the personalities that we have as people, and then the personality of our home as well. So you guys really pick out, if you guys choose to do this, you pick out what, you know, you feel would go best with your personalities or your home. So it really depends on, you know, what you guys want to do for you. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of putting them every other one. You know, I'm switching off from the rose gold to the white, you know, rose gold and white, and I'm gonna keep doing that until I have no more flowers. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move on to the little ornaments and balls. So with the little ornaments like these, you guys, I guess these ones didn't end up being ornaments. It's just the medium sized ones, and there's a few of them in here. I'm gonna end up taking these off and gluing them facing in like this. So if you guys don't have a glue gun like this, Michaels sells them, but if you don't want to do a glue gun, then super glue will work. If you are like with these itty bitties, I'm kind of just sticking them on the actual pieces of the wreath, like the little individual like individual pieces of the wreath, right, like this. I'm gonna keep bumping it, so this is the first video that I'm actually doing this way. Normally I have you guys facing me. So Jonathan is actually over making the ribbon right now, and that is gonna go on the bottom. I will show you guys here in a second. Is gonna go on the bottom right here in this empty space between the two bigger pieces right there. So he's working on that right now. And there is so much glitter, you guys. I'm gonna be vacuuming this stuff up for weeks. Like, my hand is all kinds of glittery right now. But it's fun, and you could definitely include your kids in this as you're doing this. You know, if you guys have the hot glue gun, you guys definitely do this part. But you let them choose like the size, because there's different sizes. They could help pick the different colors for the wreath. You know, there's different ways to get your kids included into these awesome crafts. Again, I'm going to link Chevy Sees Stars stuff below. And a lot of her stuff is going to be probably a little bit more kid-friendly. It's going to be cheaper, all kinds of stuff. So definitely check out her page as well. And if you guys like this so far, hit that thumbs up. If you guys want to see more of this stuff, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments below. You know, at this point, I'm just kind of putting the little balls around, you know, kind of willy-nilly, because that kind of seems to be our life sometimes. A little bit kind of, you know, rough around the edges, but the whole big picture is beautiful. You know, that kind of oopy-goopy stuff. No, but seriously, you guys. You know, just kind of putting them, I mean, you could definitely make it more thought out and calculated and very symmetrical. I mean, for me, sometimes I like things to be a little bit asymmetrical and crazy, and you know, sometimes it happens, and other times it's kind of planned and it's calculated, and it just kind of looks better that way, you know. So definitely just make it the way that you feel the best, you know, that would fit your family the best, that would fit your house the best. And be careful if you're using a hot glue gun. It's hot, obviously. So right now, again, I'm just making things a little bit willy-nilly. Just making sure I get a lot of stuff covered, you know, because I want it to kind of look a little bit crazy and disorganized and that kind of stuff, you know, because like I said, that's kind of been our life lately with all of the CPS stuff going on and our appeal, and now we have to, you know, probably retain another lawyer, and it's just been all kinds of crazy. You know, those in-depth things are coming up in the weeks to come for sure. So stay tuned for those. But, you know, like I said, life can get pretty crazy. So, you know, if that's how your wreath turns out, then don't worry about it. You know, it'll look great regardless in the end. So I think for now I'm going to be done putting the balls on, and wait for that glue to dry a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and open up the lights, and kind of just sporadically put them throughout the wreath. It was a little bit harder to find lights that were like this, that were battery operated, like that had a little compartment for batteries that we could super glue, or not super glue, put on the back so we could turn it on and off. But Ashland at Michael's for sure has them. These ones are the bells. So we know for sure, and it was, like I said, it was a little bit more difficult to find those. You really have to keep an eye out for them. And I think it's really cool that, oh, they clink together and they're bells. They don't actually, oh, okay, whatever. They're still cute. So I'm gonna find the end, there we go, again. And I'm just gonna kind of find places where there's not a whole lot. You know, I kind of set myself up for failure in that aspect. Let me know in the comments below on whether or not you guys think that I should do a clean with me. You know, I've been following this one person. Her YouTube channel is LoveMeg, and I'll link her channel down below. And she really gives me a lot of cleaning motivation, you guys. Like, it's crazy. You know, I have kind of an itty bitty. He's, you know, he's getting a little bit more independent, but he's one of those little ones that kind of just wants to be held a lot of the time. And, you know, that doesn't bother me. I love his little cuddles, and I love hanging out with him and, you know, watching him learn everything that he's learning and accomplishing. But, you know, it makes it difficult to get anything in the house done. So, you know, just even watching her videos is just really satisfying. She has a beautiful home with her family, and, you know, I just watch her videos all the time whenever she posts them. So I'll go ahead and link her channel down below for you guys. So A lot of these lights are overlapping, which is no big, you know. Again, it just kind of puts in more of the illusion that, you know, life is pretty crazy, you know. So yeah. Again, guys, if you're using a hot glue gun, be careful. I don't know how many times I've just burnt myself. So I'm just kind of going through and gluing these in. And just kind of, I think the first little round I'm going to leave by itself, but then what I'm going to do beforehand is I'm going to, so this one, I'm going to put the batteries in. This one takes double A's, 3 double A's, and I'm going to put those in. You definitely can get some batteries. We got these batteries at the dollar store. And surprisingly, if you don't use them all the time, like for a long period of time, because we actually use them in a light above our sink, and they actually last quite a bit. You just have to make sure that you're turning them off when you're not, you know, using it. But am I doing this the right way? Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna have Jonathan do this because I can't seem to figure it out. So he finished the bow, and this is what that bow looks like. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe should have had him do a smaller one. This is beautiful though. Maybe put it right there. No. You know, you could put a bow, if you make a smaller one, or even, you know, the same size, you could put it at the top here and really just make things on the bottom really full and bright and colorful. So he definitely did a really good job on this, you guys. He's still working on the batteries, which I probably should have done before putting the bells on, the little lights, because he does not have a lot of room to work with right now because I'm in the way with the bow and really looking at this. Yeah, you guys be careful. I burned myself just really bad just now. Oh, yay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this. I'm actually going to turn on. Oh, no. There. And show you guys the back. And what I'm going to do is you want to obviously make sure that you can find your battery pack. I'm not sure how this is going to react to hot glue, so maybe I should use some super glue instead. And what we use for super glue, you guys, is we use Gorilla Glue. We found that other glues have just not really worked well for us. So we actually have this Gorilla Glue super glue, and it has the finer tip for precision stuff. So you want to be able to replace batteries and turn this on and off. So I'm thinking about how I want to do this. If I want to do like a side and do it this way, or do it like on the side. So this is going to basically just adhere to the pieces of the wreath back here. And then with this extra stuff that I have back here, I'm gonna follow a little bit up like this, and I'm just gonna lay it down gently like that. I'm not sure if you can even see that. Okay, so now, dun, 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 what we're gonna do is Jonathan is going to hold this up a little bit like this, and let's touch the glue gun. And I'm gonna put some super glue on the back of this, or not super glue, hot glue. We contemplated doing super glue for this project, and it was just going to be too much of a hassle to make sure everything was in its place, because obviously you guys just saw that the super glue took, you know, a little too long to dry for my taste. Again, guys, be careful with this hot glue. It's hot. Hot, hot, hot. You guys hear our pup. It's Kenobi. A baby. Our little fur baby. So once you guys have that all into place as you want it, you know, really just kind of fluff it out and have it the way that you want it in that way. I'm gonna actually have Jonathan turn it back around for a second, and I'm gonna hot glue just a little piece to the back of this. We might add a little more balls here and there just to kind of help alleviate some of the empty spaces, like over here and down here. Maybe a little bit to help hide the battery pack a little bit more. So yeah, you guys, I'm pretty excited about this. So stay tuned for pictures.